Hi, I thought I should do a video on transferring to college from high school because I know a lot of people get really scared going from high school to college because it's a different environment, it's away from home if you decide to go away from home. So I've been to college now for 2 years. I took a year off in between the two. My first year was not the best, and I don't want you guys to think that everyone's first year of college is going to be a horrible experience, because believe it or not, it probably won't be. I just had bad luck that year, getting sick and my aunt dying and everything. Now, I moved away from home for my first year of college. I moved to Kingston, an hour and a half away from home. But I had family out there. My brother was out there. My extended family lived out there. So I knew that family was around, and if I needed them, they were there. I didn't like staying up in residence. I was on a party floor, so it kind of sucked for sleeping. So if you are going to go into residence, I suggest not going on a party floor. But if you're on a party floor, don't be afraid to go out and party on nights you don't have class. Like Friday night. Friday nights were my nights to party. I could go out and party and do as I pleased every Friday because I didn't have class early in the morning. So those were good days. Fridays were good days. Now, if you go out during the week or decide to party during the week, just make sure you get enough sleep and don't miss your classes. If you miss your classes, you miss a lot of information, and you're not going to get it repeated to you like in high school. Like, if you miss high school, your teacher's not going to be like, oh, well, this is what you missed, and this is what I said, and this is what I taught. No, they're not going to do that. If you miss anything in college, it's your responsibility to catch up. Now, everything I'm saying right now, you're probably going to hear when you transfer to college in the first place. But I'm making this now because some people just, if they're in high school and they're freaking out about college during the summer, this will help because I've done it. I've done college twice now. I'm only in my first year at Fleming, which is my second year in college in total. Now, I had a great first year. I've had the greatest first few days of my life this year. And it's been really, really much easier. Now, I didn't move from home. I didn't move away from home this time. I stayed home. I'm living at home, live with my parents. That's not a bad thing to do. If you are used to living with your parents and you're not good at being away from them, then stay with your parents. Go to a college close to home. The reason I went away in the first place was to see how I do on my own, to see if I could handle myself, to see if I could handle my own meals, my own laundry, and all that stuff that you're going to have to do when you move it anyways. I decided to try it. Did I succeed? Most things, yes, but getting sick and my aunt dying, no. That's not something you can succeed on your own. Now, most people try and think, oh, I'm going to find my soulmate in college. That's not true. Well, you might, but chances are slim to none you're not going to meet your soulmate. Will you date? Absolutely, go ahead and date, but I suggest not a serious relationship with anybody. The good thing about dating in college, though, is that they have the same values as you and usually have the same timeline that you do, because they want to graduate, they want to settle down and have a family, but they're focused on their studies, and you are as well. Focus on your studies. If a boyfriend comes along, that's great, but don't focus all your attention and energy on finding a boyfriend in college because it's definitely not worth it. I had one my first year in college. I had a boyfriend. And was it fun? For sure. I could see that person every day. I could talk to that person about anything. But then we broke up because we were moving back. I moved back home. He was moving back home. We weren't going to see each other anymore. That's the kind of thing. Like, if you just go out on a couple dates with a person, that's fine. Because then it's not like, oh, you have to break up when you guys move back to your homes because you're nowhere near each other. Mine was a little bit different. We're different provinces, but still. If you have a boyfriend in high school, chances are, if you try to do it through college, like if you guys go to different colleges and you try to date during that, it might work if your love is strong enough. You may be able to get it work, but if it's not, if you can tell right now in high school that by the time you hit college, you guys are gonna break up, break up before the summer starts, because dating through a whole entire summer is kind of pointless, because you're just really hurting. It's going to hurt more. You're just going to make yourself and him hurt more when you guys break up in the end of the summer. I did it with, I don't remember what boyfriend it was. We were going to date. I told him we should date through the summer, but that would hurt me even. And it does hurt. Like, I had people say, oh, well, you're going, I had one of my boyfriends say, oh, well, you're going to college, we're never going to see each other, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, we have Skype, we have MSN webcam, like, kind of thing, but it's not the same. You can't do much over the internet with a friend of yours or a boyfriend of yours. It doesn't work. So, transfer from high school to college, just kind of go with a clean slate, no strings attached, nothing holding you back. Because it's your education and it's your life, and you need to live it the way you want to live it. Like myself, I was terrified of college during high school. I was terrified of it. I thought I was ready because my brother was having the time of his life in college and university, and I was like, oh, well, I have the time of my life. By the time exams and graduation started rolling around, I started getting really, really scared because I wasn't ready. Like, I thought I was, and I wrote down, I'm ready, I'm saying I'm ready, and I'm like, oh yeah, college is going to be great, these years are over, I won't have to worry about high school anymore. The truth was, I was trying to convince myself I was okay and ready, but I know now I wasn't. Taking the year off that I took off between the 2 years of my college I'm happy I did that. It's not a bad thing to take a year off, to rethink things, because when you leave grade 12, you don't necessarily know what you want to do. If you don't know what you want to do, take a year off. Try some odd-end jobs. Try to get in somewhere where you can get a little bit of a taste of that life. For me, I didn't really get any taste of any life from mine. Like, my first year at St. Lawrence in Kingston, I took accounting because I loved accounting in grade 11. It's not the same. It's so different. From college, grade 11 accounting to college accounting, not the same. Like, yeah, you see the same material, but it's 10 times harder. 10 times harder. Now I'm in travel and tourism, and the only reason I took that is from grade 11 I took a dual credit course, and I loved that course. I loved it. The work was a lot. And it was in high school, but it was a dual credit, so I got a college credit for it, so I understand why it was so much work. And that pays off. If you have any dual credit courses at your school where it's something you're interested in, take the course. Especially if you think that course can transfer onto any school you go to. For me, it worked because I'm going to the same school that course was offered at, and then I got for that course. So I'm in that course now, but I don't have to take that class because I took it in grade 11. It's the exact same class. It's kind of would be stupid if I took it again. But to warn you, you know how people in grade 8 say that grade 9 is kind of okay, it's kind of just a step, and then grade 10 is like a leap from grade 9, and grade 11 or 12 are kind of steps in between. They're right. But after grade 12, it's like a giant leap to college, because college is so different. You're on your own, really. You're adults, you're going to be treated like one. You're going to be treated, you won't have someone saying, oh, well, did you do your homework? Oh, can I check your homework? They're not going to do that. They're not going to chase you down and say, oh, well, you didn't hand this assignment. They're just going to give you a 0. And you got to get used to that, because it will happen. And exams, and I don't really know, not all courses have exams, just like in college, but you will have exams no matter what, because by some point you're going to have an exam in one of your classes, at least one of them. It's okay. It's not a really bad thing for that to happen. Now, also transferring into college, you're going to have to really start to think about what you do during class, because you're going to want to listen. If you go to university or college, there are going to be days where the teacher's just going to talk, and you're just going to have to figure out what to take down. They're not going to say, write this note, or write this. Oh, make sure you write this down. Oh, this is going to be on the test, write this down. No. You just got to write down what you find important in their lecture or their seminar or whatever. And I've done it. I've gone through that. Like, first year in college, usually they'll give you notes to write down, they'll give you notes to put in your binder. But really, you just really gotta start. Just go for it. Just try and remember what they should write. Now, if you feel like it's not important, don't write it down. I had that happen. I had days where I was not writing anything down because none of it was important. But if it's a note that they put up on the board, write it down. Or if they're talking about something really important that you know is going to be on the test, write it down. Write it all down. No teacher's going to say, oh, well, all this is going to be on the test, so you better remember everything I say. If you're bad at remembering things because you don't have like a memory trick that like brings everything back to you, like me, write it down. I had one class where I didn't write anything down and I forgot everything as soon as I got home. I was like, wait a second, what did she say? And I'm trying to think back and like bits and pieces are coming back, but not the parts I want to come back. And that's okay. It will happen. It's happened before for me, many times. So, when you transfer to college, or if you're just going to college, don't feel like you have to go right away. If you're not ready, don't go right away. And if your parents say you have to go right away, show them this video. My parents said I could stay, at least a year. I wouldn't stay more than a year unless you're paying for your own way through college. If you're paying for your own way, then you might want to stay a little bit and work. I worked a whole entire year, different jobs, really, just getting money. And that will happen all the time. It happens quite a bit. And that's not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing. If you just don't feel like you're ready, don't go. It's not going to kill you. Well, it shouldn't. My parents told me I can do anything I want as long as I set my mind to it. I set my mind to this course that I'm in. And did I do something else during the time I was off? Yeah. I did an online course. That helped. It got me back into feeling like I'm in school again. I had homework. I had to do readings. That worked. I also took a modeling course for fun. But then realized I'm really good at it. And I'm really passionate about it. And believe it or not, but there's something I want to do about that. And that's okay. If you find something you're really interested in, go for it. I'm interested in travel and tourism. I'm interested in model acting. So if there's like a time where I can act, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to act. I'm going to go into a play. I live in a place where we have city hall plays all the time. So why not? But if you're transferring from high school to college, and you're scared, just message me. Leave me a comment. And I will respond to your comments as soon as I can. I check I'm on YouTube every day anyway, so I check my inbox as often as anyone would need to. Or if you have, I'm a singer myself, if you want to send me your recording of your singing, I will be brutally honest and tell you how good you are, because believe it or not, most people are actually really good. They don't think they are, like myself. You are your hardest critic. So if you want, also, hobbies like singing and stuff, keep it up while you're at school so you don't feel so overwhelmed by all the work you have, because that happened to me. I got so overwhelmed, and then I just started singing again. I started singing in the shower. I started singing in between classes, and it made me so much calmer. If you have something that you're really good at and that you do to calm yourself down, keep it through college. If you are in a dorm room with a roommate, just let them know that that's going to happen. And if she doesn't like that, just go somewhere where you can do that. The cafeteria is usually good, or maybe you can go for a walk and find a park or something. I can say my roommate was never there. She was always somewhere with her boyfriend usually. And that's okay. Now if you're in a residence, you're gonna have people all around you and the walls paper thin. So people are gonna hear you sing. If you're okay with that, belt out. I was okay with that. I belted my lungs out almost every day. It's not a bad thing to continue your hobbies, because I'm going to continue mine anyways. I'm still singing now. Of course, I'm not resident, but I'm still singing now. If I was in residence, I'd still do it. It's what I love to do. Now, if you are going to go away, do not hesitate to come home. when you have the ability to. I came home, I don't know how many times. I came home because I missed it. I missed it. Holidays I came home because, well, it's holidays first of all, and second of all, I missed home. People say, oh, I went home for the weekend, but I really didn't want to come back to school because you love home so much. And so they're like, oh, well, I'm so glad I left home. That will happen. If your friends are like that, well, then there's nothing wrong going out at home, but you don't have to worry about it. If you like going home, go home. It's the best thing for you. It's the best medication for homesickness is to talk to your parents. So if you don't know what you want to do, why don't you might as well message me. I'll talk you through the process of choosing what to do. Or if you have any questions about college, courses, residence, meal plans, anything, message me. Anything. If you message me and you really want to talk longer, I'll give you my email or my Skype name and you can just talk to me. I'm on all the time. I check my email regularly, every day, multiple times a day. I'm on Skype when I can be, and I'm on here when I can be too. So if you send me a video message response, or even just a comment response, I will reply to it as soon as I see it. As soon as I see that, it will be responded to. So if I don't see it right away, don't worry, it will be responded to. I don't miss a single one. So if you have any questions about college, or university, or transferring high school to college, or what to take to college, or you're stuck, you just don't know. If you're still in high school and you can't choose college, I will also help with that. If you tell me where you live, I'll look up colleges and universities around you. Just because I live in Canada does not mean that I'm going to stop you. And I'm going to say, oh, well, you should go to Canada. No. No. I know about other universities and colleges around the world. I have researched that. Being in travel and tourism, I have to research that. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to leave a video response or leave a comment. Because I will answer you. I will watch your video comments. I will answer your comments that you leave on this video. And I will make sure that you get what you need from it. I will make sure you get what you need from it. And if you're not getting anything from this, then I'm sorry. But if you have any questions that I have not covered in this and you don't know what to do, message it to me. I will answer your question. I will not make another video, but I will answer your question. So, comment, rate, subscribe, and I hope to hear from some of you guys soon. YouTube is just the best place to put out things. Have a great day.